to 11 now, so a little bit earlier when I left the house. I couldn't get out. I was completely blocked where I live, so I've had to cut through a housing estate. This is where I walk sometimes with Jack. Actually, we walked just here, and this is where they have the cherry blossom trees in the spring. It's beautiful. Anyway, so I'm going all around the houses just so I can leave the little area that I live in. It's just crazy. I think I mentioned this. There, when you come into where I live, there's like housing association, like social zoning, and they're having all their roofs and attics. I think they're insulated. Loads of work doing. I mean, it looks fantastic. Lucky them. I wouldn't mind my roof doing anyway. But they've just, they've just took over that whole side, the main entrance to get in and out. It's Monday to Friday, it's horrendous. Anyway, and then the other side, there was like this big delivery truck. I mean, it wasn't even a van, it was like a huge truck. Anyway, I'm out now. I'm back on the beaten track. I'm on the way to, I'm going to go to the craft shop. I'm wearing my coat that was sold as brown but isn't brown. Because weirdly the weather forecast has changed. It said torrential rain all week this week with no let up. We've had a few moments, where we went for a walk on Monday, so and today it's actually been sunny, and I've got my glasses on because occasionally a cloud shifts and then the sun pokes out. And there's no rain forecasted today, although looking at the sky it looks pretty rainy to me. But anyway, so I thought, I can wear my coat because it's not, I've not bought, I mean, it wasn't really expensive, it was from C&A, but I love it. But yeah, you can't wear this in the rain, but it's an everyday coat. So I thought, it's cold enough and it's dry enough, I can wear my coat, and I love it. It's so snuggly and warm, but not like over warm. Anyway, before I forget, if you have Spotify, I discovered this. I don't even know what it is, to be frank. It sounds a bit weird. I don't know if it's AI. All I know is I saw this really jolly, quite handsome, older, more mature black man on one of my social media platforms. I don't know if it was Instagram, or I don't know. And he was doing a cover of an Oasis song, but soul. And I think I watched it 3 times. It just gave me chills. It was just such a fantastic remake of a song that I already love. Anyway, I was like, I have to download, his music is fantastic. And then I started digging around, and then I'm not clear if it's, that's what I'm saying, if it's AI, because he doesn't sing on the videos or reels that I've seen. But if it's AI, they've done a cracking job. Anyway, I thought, well, I don't care, if it's AI or not. I just really like that song. And then I went onto Spotify. So if you're interested, I'm currently listening to Art Official Soul. I think it's volume 2 or 2. That's what I've got on at the moment. I downloaded, one of the albums. There's another one as well. Funny enough, I couldn't find the Oasis track, which is what I really liked. So at the moment, I'm listening. It's a little bit like soul disco. I'm listening to Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine, and it is absolutely fantastic. If you want a feel good kind of, little bop in your car, or while you're just chilling or doing a bit of chores or a bit of exercise, loved it. Really can't recommend it enough. Anyway, now I've remembered. I wanted to tell you now because I knew I wouldn't be able to remember the name of the album I've downloaded. Art Official Soul. Is that what I said? And I think the one I've got is volume 2. Anyway, right, enough with that. As I was leaving the house, my neighbour's daughter had just pulled up, so I got back out of the car and had a chat with her. That's why it's a little bit later than when I left the house. And her dad's home, and everybody agreed it was the best place for him. to be at home, but now he has to start eating, so I don't know exactly what's wrong with him. But she said, yeah, he's just moving a bit, he seems more happy. The bed is by the window so you can see what's coming and going, and she said, yeah, you know, he's already doing much better and it's just day by day. So I said, well, you know, this is obviously in Dutch so it's a loose translation, but I said, well, obviously you know your mum and she won't ask for help. I said, but you know, Lawrence has already said he will put the bins out for you because they're heavy. I mean, there's only 2 of them, so there's not much in them, but still, even an empty, you know, the big wheelie bins, they're heavy enough. And I said, you know, she's got our number. I said, but she doesn't ask. And she laughed and she said, well, yeah, you know my mum. And she said, you know what? I said, I'm not going to keep, because she was in a rush. I said, but you know, we want to. You know, she doesn't have to struggle. And she said, you know what? I'm going to go in there right now and I'm going to tell her another time that she has to start asking for help. So we like, oh, laugh. So I feel that's good. It's better. Bless him. He's such a, they're just lovely. They're just such a nice family. Anyway, so that's the update. Then the other thing, the ring light saga. So I charged it. It charged quite quickly. Thinking about it, I don't recall charging it because it's new. I've never used it. I don't think I gave it a proper charge when I bought it. So I think it was kind of, you know, on its last legs of what battery was left. So I've charged it now. I saw in the comments so far, can't speak, that a lot of you said you preferred the warm light, which is what I like. And it was really inexpensive. I think it was like less than €5. So what I'm thinking, I might get another 1 or 2 more, and then I'll always have a charged one, and then, because I don't think the charge is going to last long, the battery's, you know, it's tiny. So at least if it goes in the middle of filming, I can just plug, clip another one on, if they've still got them. I'm going to Outhorn. I think, did I mention this? I'm going to the craft shop. That's the only thing I'm planning to do this morning. I might go to Hoofddorp tomorrow. But talking about the ring lights, I might actually, because I'm kind of need to go a little bit near the centre. I might, after I've been there, I might go into the centre, because I got it from a shop called The Action, the ring light. Anyway, what else was there? Oh, dinner last night. Big success. Lawrence kindly fished out the mushrooms for William. And both of them licked the plates clean, the boys. And obviously me and Lawrence loved it. So yes, that was nice. Then we still got these big, like, Tupperwares of leftovers. I think 2 nights is fine. We could have it again this evening. I mean, it's all been in airtight containers and sealed, and it's all cooked. Oh, I need to check this. No. There's this weird spot on this road that it just suddenly goes from 50 to 80 kilometres an hour, and I always miss it. And then I either get somebody flashing me and going too slow, or somebody flashing me the opposite direction and going too fast. Speed trap. Anyway, right, I'm on the right speed now. I think that was everything. Yeah. Oh, I tried the long sleeve red burgundy t-shirt on. It fits really nice, but it's like snug, which is fine because it's going to be under a jumper. I was, should I have ordered the size bigger? But the size bigger was like, they're combined sizes. So the one I've got is a 16 to 18. It's not like skin tight. I don't feel uncomfortable in it, but there's no like wiggle room. It's not actually, it's fitted. It's supposed to be fitted. It's not baggy. That's what I'm trying to say. But then I think if I go the next size up, I think it'll be like drapey on the shoulder. But it's weird because if I go off it was like L, 16 to 18 is L, and 20 to 22 was XL. Well, if I hadn't have checked the dress sizes, I would have automatically bought an XL. Isn't that weird? Oh, anyway, I've gone off on a tangent now. Right, I think I've brought you up to speed. I think I have. William's off school today. I don't know if Josh was going in at some point. I left them both in bed. Lawrence has gone out today. He's in Amsterdam at a... See, now it's dropped again. Speed, sorry. He's at some kind of I think he said it was a seminar, some IT seminar, and I don't understand. There's something to do with storage and data centres. I don't know. He explained it to me. Apparently we own some equipment from this company, and when he's needed support, Lawrence has been in really good contact with them for quite a few years. So they said, oh, they're having this seminar. So they invited him. It's invitation only. And they'll put lunch on and everything. And then they said, oh, if you've got somebody, a colleague or somebody, you know, we'll give you a guest ticket. So his friend, Ronald's gone with him. There's also an IT nerd. They don't work together, they're just mates. So yeah, he's out for the day. Again, that feels weird. He's out 2 days in this week. Still not, before you ask, no, he's not finished his office. He's done there was something he needed to do with trimming or something. He's glued and nailed things into place. And he said the only thing that needs doing now is painting. That's it. And we just have white, you know, white emulsion. But he said there's a few more things that he needs to like clear away. I've not been up there actually. I don't have a reason to go up there. Both the boys are in that room. I do not go in their rooms. They're totally responsible for their own cesspits. They get clean bedded and I wash the clothes, and they're responsible for it all themselves. Anyway, so yeah, he's not moved in yet. I'm almost at Althorn now. I'm waffling away. Gosh, that's 11 minutes. I've been waffling 12. Right, I am going to stop. I don't know if I'll film in the craft shop because I've got a suspicion it might be a bit quiet just because it's Thursday morning. And then I always have a bit of a chat with the lady who owns it. Funny enough, I don't even know her name. She's really friendly. We always have a good chit chat. I know like about her son, and I know about, you know, her daughter, and I don't know her name. Right, I'm gonna go. See you in a while. I'm going to make one of my ginger teas. Was that right? I don't know why it's pointing there. I don't. Anyway, I've got stuff here to share with you, of course. Oh my gosh, I should not be let out of the house. Talk about a distraction. I literally went to the craft shop. I can show you a couple of things, not everything. And I thought, oh, I'll just pop into the HEMA. HEMA, if you're in the UK, I would say it's like halfway between British Home Store and Marks and Spencer's. That's the kind of quality. It's very nice. It's lovely. HEMA is all over the Netherlands. I think the Benelux actually, and probably beyond. I think the UK now have a few of them. Anyway, I thought I'm just going to pop in and see if they've got my favourite popcorn. It's that popcorn covered in chocolate, milk chocolate. Where is said popcorn? It's in my tummy. That's where the popcorn is. I've literally stuffed my face all the way home and now feel a little bit sick. So I'm having a ginger tea and not a coffee. I think a coffee would just finish me off. Oh my gosh. And I just couldn't stop eating them. I'm that terrible. Anyway, and of course, I got the popcorn, but no, I never learn. I thought, I'd just have a quick look. Well, you know where that's led to. Because they've got really nice autumn winter stuff at the moment. This, I saw this, I thought, oh, isn't that a beautiful colour? Hung up, and then it was only one, and then I opened it out and I was like, oh, it's a poncho. No price on it. Well, it was in my hand then, so I took it to the cashier and I said, how much is this? €40. It's like, what a bargain. What an absolute bargain. And, you know, as many of us are, layering is key. I wear ponchos. I've got several of them. I also, in the winter, I wear in my craft room, office craft room, I wear shawls. I've got a couple of like pashminas. I've got a really nice cashmere blend pashmina, and I like that. They're not bulky, but they're warm, and I've got layers on. I wear this outside as well, obviously. Isn't it lovely? Isn't it really nice? Oh, I love a poncho. What a bargain. Well, there's something pulling me down. I think it's a tag. I'll have to snip that off. Anyway, and then actually I'm feeling really happy with myself because I was meaning to pick these up. We don't really celebrate Sinterklaas now the boys are bigger. If you don't know what that is, it's I'm not going to go into it. There's a whole build up towards the 5th of December, and that's when Sinterklaas, St Nicholas, gives out gifts to little children, and but he arrives on his steamboat with his horse from Spain in November. So that whole period is just hyper. The kids are just, well, my kids, especially Joshua, because 9 November is Joshua's birthday, 11 November is Santa Marta. So the whole week, you know, before that, they're making lamps and it's all exciting, and they sing at people's doors and they get sweets. And then after that, it's the build up to Sinterklaas coming. He's coming. They put, I told you I wouldn't say it, but I'm giving you a quick condensed version. And then the whole period from him arriving until the 5th of December, kids can put their shoes out and sing at night time. It's lovely, and if they've been good, maybe there's a little treat in their shoe. And then on the 5th of December, it's Pakjes avond, so present evening, loosely, or that would be cadeau avond, Pakjes avond, literally package evening, but like gift night, I think. And usually, if you're a grown up, most people do like a Secret Santa kind of arrangement. So you'll agree on a value, loose guidelines of what the recipient likes, like Secret Santa really, and they'll make, and the little kids do this at school, a surpresa, which is basically, it's a receptacle, handmade, that the gifts will be in, the surpresa, the surprise. And they use paper mache. I mean, some of these people, they're like works of art. I have had to make all the surprises for the children all through primary school. I both hated it and loved it. Anyway, and then also you're supposed to write, what are they called? A gedicht, like a poem, a little bit like a limerick, but not, if that makes sense. Anyway, so that's the whole thing. And then also you get chocolate letter. Is it letter? Chocolate letters in your initial. So I always get, now we don't do anything with Pakjes avond anymore. We might have a nice dinner if they're around, you know. I used to do it with friends sometimes. Anyway, so I've got them. The long way of saying to you, I bought the chocolate letters and I was at the HEMA chocolate's very nice, and I thought, I'm here now. I always leave it to the last minute, and then their letters are sold out. L is a very, very popular one, and J and W, D not so much. Sometimes I buy M's, so William it sort of gets there. So that's done. I'll put that away. I should cover that. Well, I don't have to cover it. It's not a surprise. And then, while I was in HEMA, I was actually thinking about this the other week. I was like, I haven't really got a decent pair of gloves. I've had gloves, but I don't know where they are. And then I always seem to buy these €1 stretchy magic gloves from the Primark. I thought I would just like a decent pair of warm gloves. So they had these in the HEMA. They had them in this nice oatmeal colour, which I love. And I think they had a grey, like a charcoal grey. They're wool blend. But what's nice is they've got the little, it's twisted. They've got the little finger things on both hands. Actually, I can pull them now, for your phone. So, and so they're a wool blend, and then they've got this really soft fleece lining. I mean, they're not going to be great in wet weather, but you know, I go everywhere with an umbrella, so I've got a bit of fluff from a pashmina on it. So they weren't really expensive considering. There's no price on the label. I think they were, have I got the receipt here? I think they were hand schooner, hand shoes, that's what they're called. £16.99, €17. Oh, they're lovely. They're going to be nice then. I did need some, and I'm going to start keeping them upstairs in my room, in my closet, because they get mixed up with all the boys' stuff. And then, right, craft shop. What I can show you. She sells all loose papers. And I've seen this a few times. I've been eyeing it up and thought, do you know what? This would be really nice for the dollhouse wallpaper. Isn't it beautiful? So that's one side and that's the other. I only bought one sheet. I think it was like £1.50. I like this side. So it's just for stash. But I thought I'd keep eyeing it up. And I've got the other little dollhouse. Oh gosh. And then, I can't show you that. I'll show you that, I can show you that, and I can show you this. Yeah. She had these little plastic snow globes, aren't they cute? They were €2. Just screw it off, make a little scene, or screw it back, or you put a light in it, whatever. So that'll be a nice little Christmas craft. And then I actually bought two of these. I've not seen I have these in before. They're Stamperia. They're these contour like liners. And I've bought a rose gold and a gold. So you can, they're fine liners. It's like paint, but very thick. So you can draw like scrolls and squirrels or letters, or you can do like, as if it was a pen, but it's a bit raised, embossed, because it's thick, so it dries like three-dimensional. Not puffy. I've not seen have them before. Right, that's everything I can show you. I'll take this off. Oh my gosh, I'm hot now. The other thing, whilst I was in there, hold on, let's throw that on the clothing rack. Whilst I was in there, there was two ladies in there, I think it was a mother and daughter, buying obviously crafty bits, state the obvious. And what do you think? Oh gosh, I'm on 9 minutes. What do you think? They were complaining about the Credo. Exactly the same things I said. Hopefully we change things up next year. Right, I'm going to stop waffling. I think it's going to be a very long vlog today. But anyway, I'm going to make my ginger tea. I'm going to go in my craft room. I've got some stuff to do and to sort out. I think I'm going to spend, even though Lawrence isn't here, so I've got the whole, I can turn the TV off or put my music on just so it's super quiet. I just feel like going and sitting in my craft room and doing stuff. And I have to have a little tidy up. So I will see you in a while. Oh my gosh, I have had a lovely, lovely afternoon sat up here. I went downstairs for half an hour, had a cup of coffee. I've only had one coffee all day, can you believe it? I fed Jack, and then I left my, Lawrence has got a 3D printer. He's had it years. I mean, he made a couple of things and then it doesn't work and it's just sat gathering dust in the spare room. But he had this really ugly filament. So he made us, found this free design. He made us two of these little phone stands. And to be honest with you, they're the best things he's ever made. we use them all the time. As I said, we've only got one each. So I'd left this upstairs because I was watching YouTube. And, oh, I mustn't forget. Actually, I'm going to have to check. 1 second. I looked it up. Just so I don't forget. And so I've been catching up on YouTube, and I can't really show you a lot of what I've been making, but I've been doing stacks of these little hexagons. So, and I've got all my little like, I just tear them just like little ribbons, and then that's it. I went downstairs because I've run out of the paper hexes that I'm using my punch. So I went downstairs to get some more paper, scrap paper. Can you believe I've got loads of paper in my craft room, but not scrap. It's all precious stuff. So I went down to get some copier paper, got distracted, made a coffee, and I just thought, oh, I'm going to sit. I've neglected my socks. This is my second sock. I thought I'd just mention it. So I'm almost finished with the decrease, and then then it's homeward stretch, a bit of mindless sock knitting, and then I would have finished a pair of socks. Technically, these are my Vlogtober socks. Tomorrow's the last day of Vlogtober, not Vlogmas. Will I finish them by tomorrow? I highly doubt it. But anyway, I'd be happy with 1.5 pairs. So my sock knitting's been suffering. Anyway, this year. What else? Oh, I found a pattern for this ball of wool, this Katia paint looks. I downloaded the free Katia one. But it's like a knitted chart, and I looked at it and I was like, no, I'm not fond of crochet diagrams. In fact, I can't stand them. I never use them. I'll only use a chart for colour work, of course, but not just for plain knitting. And I looked at it and I thought, I don't know. So I found another pattern. I don't know how you pronounce it. I think it's Fluver by Amy Christophers, and it's very similar to this one that I saw on the Katia site, which is free. The only difference is, so it works you know, end to end, which is what I wanted for this, to get this fade or ombre, not ombre, fade, yeah, it's fade, and it's got eyelets in it. I had a quick look, and it's like there's like rows, so many rows. It's like a yarn overs. So I think that'd be quite nice. I think I might have too much with this ball, which I don't mind. I'm going to start on the outside, and if I run out of, if I don't use this brown, I won't be too sad about it. Yeah, while I was watching YouTube, I had a notification that I'd been tagged in a video, and it was lovely LouLou. So LouLou is LouLou Crochets, and I'm so glad she tagged me. It's really nice. I didn't know if LouLou was doing Vlogtober, because I think in episode 3 I might have mentioned who was doing Vlogtober. I don't know, like 8 or 10 accounts, and I didn't mention LouLou, but she's been uploading, I don't know if it's daily, but very regularly during Vlogtober. I don't have a chance to watch all the channels that I'm subscribed to. I have to just dip in, you know, and I've got time now and again. So, which I always feel bad about, because, you know, I like to support, you know, fellow content creators, and I find the community is so supportive of me. Anyway, so LouLou tagged me, and it was lovely. She'd done a video. It was all about sharing, you know, sharing different content creators that she watches that give her joy, and then also reaching out and asking if for those content creators to give other channels a shout out. So as I said, if you want to go over to episode 3, I think it's 3, and then there's a whole list of people that have been doing Vlogtober. So going over and head and, you know, say hello, and, you know, give them a comment, and I'll link LouLou's Crochet with LouLou in the description box below. And please, you know, if you do go over and you know, have a little look at her channel, LouLou's at home a lot. In fact, in today's vlog, which she would have filmed, yeah, because she's in the States, so she was yesterday for me. She said she'd not left the house since Saturday. So, you know, and the comments just mean so much. As you know, I reply to every single comment, and I just love it. And you lot, you're all as daft as me. I just know it. But, you know, for somebody who, you know, who's just sort of a bit housebound, and, you know, just that 1 or 2 comments can just change, you know, make such a difference in your day. It's just lovely. It's just, you know, it's just a message from a friend, and, you know, anyway. So I'll link LouLou's channel below. Give her a shout. Say hello from me. And yeah, she's got some doggies as well, so little doggies make an appearance in her vlogs. And as the clue is in the name, she does crochet, but other crafting as well. So yeah, that was nice. So I found the pattern. So I'm gonna I'm actually not going to print the whole pattern off. It's like this big, so I just copied it into a Word document. I'm just going to print that one little word off, one little section off. I've been doing my hexes, I've been knitting on my socks. What else can I show you? Not much, I'm afraid. I don't know. You know what I do? Sometimes I sit here and I think, and then I've got, I'll spin you round actually when we're done. At the end, if you stay, hopefully you're here to the end, I'll spin you round. I've got a feeling this is going to be a long vlog today. I'm sorry about that. Or maybe you're happy, I don't know. I've got this little house next to me that I've been slowly sort of stuffing things in. And then now and again, I'll just faff and I'll just stick something in it or stick something on it. And then I had some scrap paper. I've had this little bookshelf thing for years. It was in my little, I made a little mouse house in a suitcase. I've dismantled it now and half that stuff has been repurposed in there. But there was this little shelf and then I had these little bits of scrap paper. So I just, you know, glued them in the back of the shelf and then on the top. You know, so I don't know, it's nice, you know, just have something, and you have something pretty and you think, oh, I don't want to throw that. Like that little scrap of paper, I thought, oh, isn't that nice? So I stuck it in there. I'll spin you around, let you have a look. Tomorrow, so my friend Nicola, who went to Credo with last week, Nicola phoned me at lunchtime. We had a live catch up, and I said I'd planned to pop to Hovdorp tomorrow. So I said, well, if you want to tag along. And she went, oh, lovely. So we're going to go to Hovdorp in the morning. I'm going to pick her up, I think I said about 10ish. I don't know, we'll probably stay and have lunch there and, you know, have a mooch around. I've got a bit of a shopping list. And then in the evening, well, it's Halloween tomorrow. We're not doing anything. It's slowly gaining traction here in the Netherlands. I think more in the bigger cities, you know, you see more Halloweeny things. Shops have got quite a lot. There is, we've got like this community building way over there where my local shops are. And they're doing like a Halloween, I don't know, like a treasure hunt or something. It's just been taken over by a new group of volunteers. It looks really nice. I wouldn't mind getting involved. I think I might know one or two of the ladies who are on the committee as well. But yeah, I just need to make sure that, you know, if I'm going to get involved, I can commit, you know, not just sporadic things. But I had planned to go and have a walk over, but then I completely forgot. We've got a girls, in Dutch it's a borrel, little like beers and bites kind of thing, little glass of wine and bites with my girlfriends who have my girls trip with and a couple of other ladies. So I don't know. Now, what's the new name on our group app? I think since a year we've been called Sisterhood. That's what we're called. So it's at Eliane's house. She's so good. I never organise anything. I'm useless, but she's really good at rallying us all. Seriously, I'd be out all the time if I accepted everything. So but I said to Lawrence, oh, I'm going to go over to Eliane's tomorrow night, so I'm going to take some nibbles with me. I won't film that, and it'll be the last Vlogtober. So anyway, I'm going to just stop now because it's a long one. I'll flip you around. You can look at Tulip and Daffodil's house as it stands. I've got loads to do in it. I want to cram everything in it, and then the plan is when it's done, it is actually a shelf. It's going to get screwed onto the wall. I think on just here, can you see that bit of wall there? I think that's where it will live in the end. Right, have a lovely evening or day, wherever, you know, whatever time zone you're in. And if you're watching me on a Sunday, maybe, I think quite a few people who are more in, you know, fans of the weekly vlog, save me up because I've got a playlist. All these videos are in that one playlist. Oh yeah, this evening I have watched the next part of the Sun Dragon Ranunculus Tips and Tricks video for splitting for the sleeves. So I've just watched a video before I ran back upstairs, and tonight I'm going to do that. And that's the other thing. I need to find what I've done with my little cables, so I can put the stitches on. What have I done with them? Oh, I think they're on my shelf. Right, I'm going to stop waffling. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.